Alright. Hello everybody and welcome to Golden Emperium Season 3, day number 4. We are your casters for tonight. This is James.
This is RKM.King.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How was the evening, RKM King?
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I'm actually looking forward to what's going to happen tonight now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is so based on what happened last time, the Silver Castle was technically reset.
Mm-hmm.
So it was under most wanted right now. So that's the thing that we have to, let's say, focus on, because this Golden Imperium is right, or is still with Ops Day. So
Mm-hmm.
this will be
And
their fourth defense. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, as we look forward to more things happening for tonight, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. And hopefully you all enjoy tonight's Golden Emperium Season 3, day number 4. Again, we do have a merchandise giveaway on the stream, so make sure to stay tuned to find out. It will be a question and answer, but we are going to check what's going to happen as we are going to hide our camera right now. And Opus Day and Apollo still defending Castle. Find Editor on the floor. Whatever howling getting casted by both sides. That's the vision break by Opus Day here to defend the Crayons JPEG going in. And it might be the same problem right now for JPEG if Opus Day will manage to go into their stack and use that ignition break to wipe out the stack here of JPEG. But there goes that fatal menace. A lot of triangles on the screen, RKM King. But creates ignition break right now, as you can see by Opus Day, and they will try wipe out the stack there of JPEG as these knights got affected by that Mandragora howling, and they will be going back and try again.
Yeah. The initial problem was I think the two rune knights from Ops Day. So they were able to penetrate the defenses of JPEG. So they're the ones who's actually bringing the trouble because of, let's say, the Stropho card that that activates crystallization upon hit. So that reduces their opportunity to uh, regen or use their pots, and technically to defend themselves from the onslaught of the defenders. Let's take a look at that now. The backline skill spammers from OD and Apollo is positioned well, like well enough to defend both the portals from left and right, and of course to cause havoc in the advances of JPEG.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Crayons and JPEG are going to try again with that attack. Again, they are doing the same strategy like like they were doing for 4 sessions now, and who knows, they might be able to see a change in their strategy this time around. Again, they don't need to defend the Silver Empire anymore unless they do want to take it at the end of the session. But now they can focus on um, just conquering this castle. Again, if they manage to conquer this castle here in the fourth session, they need to defend this for the fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth session in order for them to get the Golden Emperium reward. But again, they need to defend this for 5 consecutive days if JPEG manages to get it. But if their plan is to just deny the reward, conquering it on this session will also do the trick, because if Opus Day will get it on the next session, this is still going to be a lost castle, because again, there wouldn't be enough sessions for the Golden Castle
Yeah. So
for you to be able to gain or to get the Golden Imperium reward.
yeah, so basically this is the last chance for JPEG to secure rewards in case they wanted to. Maybe outside of the heist attempt for, let's say, the next defense for the Golden Imperium, in case their attempts right now actually fail. So there's still that window, but then again, it's going to be hard because they have to, as you mentioned, defend this 5 straight times or 4 straight times right after I took over this castle. Also, in the case of the Silver Castle, they really have to consider if they wanted to take over that because what happens is okay, so you
Yep.
died.
Yep.
Yeah. What's gonna happen, James, is that
Mhm.
the Golden Imperium will finish first. So in case the defense will be completed at the fifth session, so the Golden Imperium rewards will be secured by, let's say, the OD Alliance. Then JPEG must still protect themselves or protect the Silver Castle if they wanted to secure that. So yeah, so the full force of OD plus Apollo Alliance will surely try to conquer the silver as well and possibly deny the rewards. So that's another possibility. Or if they feel like being generous, they can give it away for free.
I doubt that will happen to RKM King. There is no way
Yeah,
that's going to happen. You know.
yeah. That's why it's a big if.
Mhm. But yeah, like what you mentioned earlier, RKM King just today and the next session will be the last chance for JPEG to actually deny the rewards of this castle. If Opus Dei will manage to get it, this manages to defend this castle on this fourth session, fifth session, a heist will occur, and that means whoever gets this castle will get rewards.
Yeah, monetary rewards only. So basically, the MVP cards, the gods, and the other materials and consumables will be for naught. But then again, the goal is to deny the rewards of your opponent. So if that is their objective, that is still a possibility. So again, even if they fail this attempt for today, they still have that fifth session. They can do better to deny the rewards completely. And obviously, they will get something in return in the form of the highest rewards.
And there you go. JPEG is going to go in for that app. As you can see, Magnetic Earth, first and floor, Polo, actually getting eliminated here at the front lines. Speed bombs, Managora Howling affected some members of JPEG right here. Now they are going to spam Magnetic Earth on the floor just to make sure that they have it set all the time and they won't get affected by those AoE skills. Crazy Vines will go out here on the floor just to remove that Magnetic Earth, and you can see the spam of ignition breaks here coming from JPEG. Fatal Menace will go off as well. The JPEG, Crayons, and Constance is going to try and move closer, but they are still going to spam that ignition break, wait for that Runite to go in, and maybe when that happens, if they eliminate that Runite and no one gets eliminated on their side, maybe they can use that emergency call and push in for this attack. But right now, you can see Royal Guards here in front and a Runite, just to make sure nobody from JPEG will actually push through. And Opus Dei is slowly pushing out along with some members of Apollo, and JPEG is getting pushed out right now. And a good defense for the side of Apollo and Opus Dei.
Feels like the numbers are not, or this number is not gonna work. In terms of full-on assault at the front door of this castle. So as what we mentioned in the several sessions that we had, they really have to be more creative in trying to traverse the portals because again, in terms of firepower, in terms of numbers, they are really behind. So the only chance that he have is to separate to divide and conquer, of course. And of course, to time their attempts well with their jumping characters.
With their allies, actually. But RKM King, I do think they need to repeat what they did in the first session. Go in from the different the side portals, basically, with the Crayons and Constance. Maybe they can use the emergency call before going into that portal and communicate well with their whole team before they actually go in. But again, we are only 9 minutes in here in this War of Empire session. Maybe they don't want to show their card yet because JPEG is known for being better in the offense than in their defense currently, like what we've seen here in the session. But who knows, it might be a different case in this session, as you can can see that they have made a few adjustments in you know their player count basically.
Yeah, technically last session it was quite a nice attempt. No? Let's say the later periods of our stream last time. So they were able to make it more say interesting in a sense because they were able to cast the emergency call at the left portal. So that was one of the highlights of the event. But then again, that's not going to be enough to take over the castle now. So this is just a portion of what needs to be done and what needs to be achieved for them to have a successful takeover. Because starting from day one, no, they were able to take over the castle, juggle with OD in terms of the ownership. But as we go on with the sessions, it feels like JPEG's chances are actually dwindling as the sessions go on. So that's something that they really have to, I don't know if it's about trying harder, but
Well,
adjustments maybe.
yeah, I mean, Polo and Opus they did make their adjustments. That's why, they can defend this area really well compared to how day one went, wherein no one was defending the side portals. Now they have these dedicated players here on the side, just waiting, not going in here in the battle, just waiting on the sides, and making sure no one will attack from behind. They have the guillotine cross. They have other people also on the other side, just to make sure that no one will make that flank. They will not get sandwiched, and they have that leeway to actually push out the enemy. Right now, again, Opus Day is going to penetrate with that Blue Knight just ignition break on the stack there of JPEG, Crayons, and Constance.
Yeah, that manpower actually is working towards your favor in terms of how they utilize it in sending scouts here and there regarding those portals. Because as what we mentioned, the Golden Emperium has a fatal flaw in which these portals are actually uh, again the weakness of this castle of Referion. So the defending team is easily so this as pincered when people if people can enter these portals. So as what we've seen in day number one, wherein they've been wiped or say pushed back towards the Emperor from time to time since they cannot hold this middle area just because people keep on showing up in these portals. So yeah, so with them plugging this area with scouts, namely some assassins, uh, shadow chasers, and suras, trying to veer the opponents from trying to enter this portal. So that's how they actually manage to utilize their manpower. Because that's something that JPEG Alliance cannot do with how dwindling their numbers, I guess, for the past few sessions. So so, since I think I can say this, their day one is their best in terms of numbers. Okay, numbers wise, day one is their best showing because that's been their problem since I guess season two of the Golden Imperium sessions or Golden Imperium event.
Mhm. Well, they always try and repeat the same tactic. We haven't seen them try the tactic that worked basically on day number one yet. So maybe they are waiting for another opportunity to do that, or maybe they just want to prove themselves. They're trying to prove something, so that's why they are repeating the same tactic over and over, and maybe they are making minor adjustments to make sure what works, what doesn't, and just making those adjustments will be a huge deal because again the problem might be that some of them are saying, oh, I just didn't get my potions on time, oh, I just didn't bring enough potions for this attack, so that's why I got eliminated very quickly. But yeah, I do think JPEG needs to make a bold adjustment in their strategy to make sure that Apollo and Opus Dei will get taken down here in Referion.
Yeah. It's
Because
also possible that they're just unlucky with the procs or the success rate of a Mandragora Howling.
Mhm.
Because that has always been the case, no? So they've been struggling. Sometimes they're getting the right position, but their RKs are suffering from Mandragora Howling. So that's one thing that is, again, RNG wise, can work
Mhm.
against them, or sometimes they can simply wish that the procs are not as as aggressive towards them. But then again, those things, as what we mentioned, can be countered by several things, including the build itself. So in order for you to bypass the RNG, you just have to change things up and not allow your ignition break to have a very small cast time. Just eliminate it totally. It's either you use 100% VCT or variable cast time reduction, or basically raise your stats, both int and dex, to a total of 530 points, just so you don't have that kind of problem. Well, again, easier said than done,
Mhm.
but their problems actually lie beyond just simple RNG.
Mhm.
That's what you mentioned earlier. So sometimes you just have to, because I can't, let's say, pinpoint, or should I say, I can't say that they're not trying, because they've been trying to siege this castle from like one attempt after the other. It's just that the creativeness, the variance, or the variance is not there, no.
Mhm.
So just try to mix things up, because
Well,
doing the same thing over and over again is not gonna cut it.
well, yeah, like what we said before, War of Imperium is like a battle of chess, basically.
Hmm.
You need to position your pieces right. You need to come up with the right strategy. Attack when you need to. Don't attack if you don't have to. And just make sure that everything is all set before you actually proceed with the battle.
Hmm.
But right now, JPEG I think is just playing around for now. But again, we're still the early stages of this day of day 4 of Golden Emperium Season 3. So we might see a new adjustment card from JPEG later on, but we've been waiting for a few days now. Maybe
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out what Opus Dei and Apollo will do. Maybe they're just trying to figure things out, making minor adjustments, and they might go in with a bang later on, maybe the last minute, just to deny this castle, just to make sure Opus Dei and Apollo doesn't get it. Mhm.
Well, actually, JPEG forced OD to be like this. So they were the ones who caused the geometry of the battlefield to look like this, no? So they forced them to adjust, to look at their flaws, uh, to know how to defend the weak points of the castle. So again, it's on them right now to find a way to counter this position. It's just that the solution for the problem is not yet, I guess, obvious to them, or if it's an obvious solution, but there are a lot of factors that needs to be in their favor for them
Mhm.
to to have a little bit of success.
Mhm. But actually, RKM King, we are seeing more colors now, which means it's a good thing because more skills are getting casted. More people are going in. And as you can see, JPEG and crayons and constants are slowly able to push in. They just need to stop that ignition break. As that ignition break, Rune Knight will go in along with that Shadow Chaser. And there you go.
Yeah. But they still have that problem, no? One of the tactics employed by OD is to simply use the flag warp
Mhm.
when things are getting hectic.
But
So that's what.
but the thing is that Rune Knight came from the
Yeah, kind
front.
of, yeah. So
That Rune Knight wasn't in the in the front line. He was just
yeah,
waiting in the back. to I don't know, maybe a secondary to be the secondary attacker in case
Yeah,
the front line falls. You'll be there to make sure that you're able to crystallize your
the
opponents.
targets. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, good adjustment coming from Opus Day and Apollo
yeah.
on that part.
But
But
at the very
we've
least,
yet.
they're
Mm-hmm.
yeah. At the very least, they're providing some wrinkles in their defense. Because during the first 2 days, I think, or let's say the first day, no, they are actually forced to simply stay at the M room
Mm-hmm.
and hope for the best. So that's, let's say, the adjustment that they have employed for the last few sessions. So now they have multiple ways on how to fend off the attackers.
Mm-hmm.
So even they even prepared an external guild just to break the Imperium to send the attackers out of the
Mm-hmm.
castle. So we've seen multiple kinds of strategies to fend off attackers. So yeah, kudos to all these defenses because that's something that what we mentioned that requires a lot of communication because it's really hard to send non-allied people inside the castle
Mm-hmm.
to perform the hostage situation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
speaking of preparations, RKM King, one way you could prepare in a War of Imperium or an event like Golden Imperium Season 3 is by checking out the Golden Imperium Season 3 packages that we have here on the shop. And
the premium reset.
ooh, we have some reset skill boxes there as well, the account limited. But yeah, Golden Bear Season 3 packs are up for grabs right now. You can check it out in
Mhm.
the account limited tab in the cash shop. So Season 3 pack 3 will contain the number 2 shoes and pack 4 will contain the
Mhm.
number 2 hat, which you can gain some player reductions just by wearing those items.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, speaking of player reductions, no, it is made possible. It feels like immortality is made possible by those gears now. A lot, let's say, easier as
Mm-hmm.
compared to how it was in the past. So again, reaching 100% Demium reduction and let's say Doram reduction or anti-beast is something that you have to strive for in the War of Imperium and PvP environment.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're trying to attack
Mm-hmm.
the castle again. No? So again, they play a very important part in surviving and playing decently in this kind of setting. Because if you look at the skills that's being thrown around from multiple players, there's no way that you can survive that without enough resistances.
Mm-hmm. And as what I've seen here from JPEG, they didn't actually push with their full party. They
Mm.
pushed even with the limited amount of numbers that they have. I don't know what their decision is. Maybe they just decided, oh, we're already here. Then maybe let's just push in, you know. But Opus Day is going to be in their stack once again. I don't know which character. Oh, Opus Day. Okay, Opus Day will go in once again. As you can see, Crayons, JPEG will fall down right
A
here.
curse circle.
JPEG is still surviving, but some of them will back down and go back to the second portal here in Referion. But Apollo and Opus Day will push them out, and JPEG will need to regroup and re-strategize once again to make sure they are able to take down this castle. But yeah, so far we are enjoying the fights here in day 4 of Golden Imperium Season 3. But we've yet to see a very huge comeback from JPEG. Will that happen? Will that happen? We're not sure. Alright, we're not sure. It depends on the players. It depends on JPEG, it depends on Crayons, it depends on Constance. And um it also depends on Opus Dei and Apollo if they make a mistake. If they get too greedy, it depends on the mind games against like a game of chess.
How about the
So,
Silver Castle, James?
mhm. We'll
Can we
be
check out
checking
the
out
Silver
the
Castle?
Silver Castle in a bit, RKM King, but because the,
Okay,
the
okay.
attack isn't done here by
Yeah.
JPEG, I think this is going to be their second attempt here in the first in the few minutes that have passed by. Um, they're still going to attack again. Not the full number that we've seen earlier. Again, they tried earlier with a lot of players, but
Mm-hmm.
that attempt didn't come into fruition. And right now, they are going to attack with the limited amount of players that they have currently, and they are going to get pushed out. So, yeah, that strategy isn't going to work for JPEG on that part as well. Mhm. And right now, Opus Dei and Apollo are holding strong. So we are going to check out the Delph, the Silver Castle, still gets owned by Most Wanted right here.
Using the same emblem
They're
as
using the same emblem, so
obviously.
most likely it's still Most Wanted. We haven't seen a Delph getting conquered yet,
Yeah.
so most likely it's still owned by Most Wanted. Mm-hmm.
Mm. So let's see if they are going to, willingly defend the Silver Castle, because that's one of the ways to like lure people out in case
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to secure that for the most wanted guild. Well, there's also a possibility that they don't or they aren't interested in defending that, because securing the win for the Golden Emperium is actually more important.
Mm-hmm. Now, um, Opus Dei was able to go back to their stack, to their defense with a, you can say, together. We haven't seen them, just go in one by one using that flag warp. We always see them in a group,
Mm-hmm.
like 3 to 4 people, just moving in together, and that just means the Opus Dei and Apollo are using those comms really well, basically. All right, now the sole member of Opus Dei that decided to just use that flag warp will have a hard time, but Shadow Formation will try and take down one before going down himself. Overbrand will get casted right here. Apollo, Crayons, and JPEG are going to try and take this guy down, as they are having a hard time doing so. That Royal Guard is just spamming those kills, as yeah, slowly eliminating the members of Crayons and JPEG right here. Maybe if that Masquerade hits, and like what you said, RKM.King, maybe it's just the RNG not in the favor of JPEG when it comes to proccing those skills, Masquerades, that crystallize.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just not in their favor. So they're having a hard time, basically. New Shield
Yeah.
will get
I
casted
know
right
that
here
feeling.
by
No?
JPEG.
I know
Apollo,
that feeling
we
when
neutral
RNG is
break.
not going your favor.
Mm-hmm. JPEG, Crayons, now they are going to fall back. Opus Dei, Apollo will push out JPEG right here. And some members of Opus Dei are capturing different castles right now. Like Nushwanstein got captured by Opus Dei. So I'm not sure what they're doing. They still have a few members who can just go out and about and capture other castles.
But at this point, uh, I don't blame them, no? Because
Mm-hmm.
majority of their say defenders are just waiting at the back line without even being challenged.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe some of them are, or maybe those who died, kind of moved out and take over some castles from other other castles. So there's this possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So this time around, they're now being careful, because during the first few sessions, someone was able to cast emergency call at the Emperor
Mm-hmm.
itself.
But
So yeah.
they were able to cast that. The first attempt, they were able to conquer that Imperium. Second attempt, mm, they fell short a little bit. But yeah, the following attempts that they actually were able to use that emergency call on the Imperium, they were able to take down that Imperium here in the Ferian Castle.
Mhm.
But yeah, really depends on the strategy of the players and what they want to do, how they want to do it, and how we want to do our giveaway for tonight, guys. Introducing the Golden Emperium Season 3 live stream giveaway. It's now day 4. The mechanics will be tune into Golden Emperium Season 3 live stream and listen for the question asked by the host during the stream. Comment your answer along with your IGN and the hashtag Golden Emperium GGH. 3 lucky participants per live stream will be randomly selected to win exclusive ROPC merchandise.
Hmm.
All winners will be announced at the end of Golden Emperium Season 3 at the Facebook and Discord of ROGGH. So make sure to follow those pages and channels as well. Now, the question for tonight's live stream for a deathmat and a sticker per winner. What is the name of the guild that occupied the Silver Castle in day 2 of Golden Emperium Season 3? That's an easy one, RKM.
Yeah, actually, there's
That
there's a cheat sheet for that. No?
that's an easy one. Again, the question
Yeah.
is, what is the name of the guild that occupied the Silver Castle in day 2 of Golden Emperium Season 3?
Guys, this is S3. This is S3, not
Yes.
S2.
This is Season 3. Again, guys, those of you who are participating in Golden Emperium Season 3 right now will be able to join as well. Make sure just comment the right answer in the live stream and follow the mechanics. Again, this giveaway only applies to the YouTube stream. For those of you guys on Facebook, I suggest you head on over to YouTube to join the live stream giveaway.
Yep.
Alright, so JPEG is going to go in once again. Nation breaks will get casted. Those flames will go off. We're going to turn off our effects just to see how they are doing. You can see members of Opus Dei going into the stack there of JPEG. 2 Rune Knights of Opus Dei are actually in the stack of JPEG right now, and they are going to push out the members of JPEG. Again, the problem for JPEG right now, I guess, is going to be the Rune Knights of Opus Dei and Apollo. They need a way to stop those Rune
Yeah.
Knights from just freely going into their stack.
Yeah.
One way
that's
of doing that is having a Sura, having a defensive Sura use that curse circle as they go in. That curse circle can stop those Rune Knights for a few seconds. Try your luck with a Shadow Chaser. Use Masquerade skills.
or even other formation.
Mhm. Or just eliminate them altogether. So,
Yeah.
Those options are ready for JPEG.
Yeah. At some point, James, they just have to protect themselves.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that they're the ones attacking. That they're going to ignore the presence of the opponents trying to, bypass their ranks. Because that's basically the problem right now. So, if they can actually deter the RKs from coming over and dishing out crystallization on their stock, they just have to, again, as you mentioned, find a way. No matter how the investment, I guess, in terms of personnel.
Now,
'Cause,
wait, hold on to that thought, RKM King. JPEG is now going in for that quick push. Bloody Lust, Ignition Breaks. Will they be able to go in the stack here of Apollo and Opus Dei? As you can see, Dragon's Breath will go off right here for both sides. Both sides are taking damage here from those Rune Knights. JPEG isn't actually hitting anyone with that Ignition Break right now, but Opus Dei will go in from behind, will cast that Ignition Break and make sure to take down the stack there of JPEG, but that Opus Dei member will go down himself, manhole, to stop those Rune Knights from actually going in. Pain Bobs will get casted as well, and Apollo and Opus Dei will still be able to defend, but that was close. If they weren't ready and JPEG was able to, just to rush in and, eliminate the front lines, go into the back line. Because if they reach the second this second spot right here, where I'm standing in the defense of Apollo and Opus Dei, I'm pretty sure they will be able to take down the defenders, and
Yeah.
they are going to be able to take this preempt for themselves.
It's just that,
Mm-hmm.
uh, well, at the very least, a better attempt now. They
Mm-hmm.
were able to, at the very least, protect themselves from the onslaught of the RKs that tried to take over their uh, group. So they were able to, at the very least, push a little bit further. And it's just that, uh, again, manpower is their primary concern in
Mm-hmm.
terms of that kind of assault.
Well, I do think I kind of get the strategy of JPEG.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to rush in.
Mm-hmm.
They want to eliminate as many defenders as possible, then just rush in. But the thing is, if Opus Dei is also quick into going back and to restocking, resupplying, uh, that strategy isn't going to work. Because again, they've been pushing with even with not a full group, not a full stack right here. If their party is ready, if they have a decent size of players right here, they are just going to push in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let's see if they can actually force an e-call from either Apollo or Opus Day in
Mm-hmm.
that case.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you can see, I saw some pubs that you know they are less. So maybe I made or I deduced the strategy
The plan.
correctly, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure of what their plan is going to be. But it might be the case. But the thing is, the flag warp is still a thing. They still need to defend
Yeah.
their backs. They don't want to get pinched from pincered
Mm-hmm.
by those who are just going to enter this portal from the flag. Again, if a Runite goes in from the portal, he will be invulnerable for a few seconds before you're able to hit him. And ignition breaks will go in once again from Opus Day to make sure to eliminate some players here on the stack of JPEG. JPEG just trying to damage here the members of Apollo and Opus Day. But the thing is, Dragon's Breath, if even with the right amount of items, it doesn't have a way to penetrate the reductions
Hmm.
that your opponent has compared to using ignition break. But it
Yeah.
is a great addition to your damage. Those who doesn't have 100% demi-human or player reduction will get hit by that by that dragon's breath.
Yeah. Actually, Water DB is a
Oh,
good
Apex. Ooh.
where is he?
Mm-hmm.
Going back now, Water DB is a good skill to slow down the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter if the damage is large or overwhelming, or even if it's weak, as long as it inflicts the slow, that's good enough. Also, yeah, DB is a good skill just to burn some resources from the opponents. So again, not everyone is wearing 100% demi-human
Mm-hmm.
reduction, as what you mentioned. And also, in the War of Imperium, it is common to have your equipment broken or stripped. So one way or another, DB can still work since the AO is pretty large, and the other effects of DB, the fire
Mm-hmm.
DB for
Oh,
burning and
okay. One
water
ranch.
DB for slow.
Hold on to that thought, RKM King, as JPEG is slowly moving closer right here. Again, they cannot wait. If they have Rune Knights that can go in, we need to go in right now and eliminate the stack there of Apollo and Opus Day if you're attacking right now. Because again, if a Rune Knight of Opus Day manages to go into your stack, it will be a different case altogether. There
Hmm.
might be another e-call coming from a side portal, but again, they need to attack with the side portals if they do want to take down the defenses right here. But for the defense of Apollo and Opus Day, they have defenses here in this area. which means they are always ready for those who are going to enter from the sides. But but most of them, as you can see, are not ready. They're not moving. They're not precasting skills. So what I can see from that defense, or maybe these are just maybe the buffers,
Yeah.
or
Buffing station.
buffing area or something.
Yeah.
But they are not moving right here. So again, if a like let's say crayons are able to go in from this side and JPEG will push in from the front, they will be able to make a pincer attack and take down this stack right here, because these are most of the defenders of the defending side of Opus Dei and Apollo right here.
They just need, say, a break from getting pummeled from the front. So that's something that the side attack can, let's say, contribute. So a moment of distraction for the defenses of OD should, let's say, kind of work for JPEG's favor. Because again, in terms of full-on attack, uh, the front lines of JPEG is suffering. At the same time, their backlines will never be able to move past the first layer of the defenses. So again, hopefully they can find the distraction in the form of either an equal or a Doram,
Mm-hmm.
or someone that can actually deal damage at the backline, or the very send some people or force OD to send some people to deal with him. Because yeah, the straight up attack is not
Yeah,
enough.
but what I can see from Opus Dei and Apollo, they do have some suras that just specifically target those Dorams. They have guillotine crosses that are hiding beside those portals. Uh, and yeah, they are just ready for whatever attack that JPEG and Crayons and Constants might do. But we haven't seen an emergency call from Crayons yet. Maybe they use that emergency call outside, or maybe they're just not showing that strategy yet, because we are just 42 minutes in here in this Golden Emperium Season 3 Day 4 session. We still have 1 hour and 18 minutes remaining for today.
Yeah, in terms of numbers, I think they have more right now as compared to last session, which of course can help their cause. So hopefully we see a wrinkle on how they will attack this castle and the other castle as well, Silver
Mm-hmm.
Castle for that matter. Because I'm sure there's no defense right now at Yes Nelf. Because they've been bombarding this castle with relentless attacks since the session started.
Mm-hmm.
So even Crayons is actually showing up and trying to push through. Then as what you mentioned, they are even trying, even if they are not yet complete. So hopefully they can recover the Silver Castle soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and who knows? Who knows what their strategy will be in this attack, RKM.King. But I do want to mention, take this opportunity to mention that the Kung Fu Panda eggs and Kung Fu Panda packs are almost gone. So make sure to check them out and purchase them while you still can, because there's only 2 days or a day and a few hours before they're gone forever. They're gone forever. They're limited edition items and packages here, only available for a limited time. But let's hold on to that thought. Emergency call getting casted by Crayons right here. What a bold emergency call coming from Crayons, and they are able to pull it off. Now they chose to go for that strategy, just in your face emergency call here while they are attacking right now. I'm not sure if that's the right call, because again, Opus Dei and Apollo are ready for that defense. They might push in with another emergency call on their side as well. And maybe they could have decided to just use that emergency call somewhere else, because yeah, they tested it out. It didn't work for this time. Maybe they are going to go for a different strategy and try out a new one, or maybe they're able to find out more about the defenses of Opus Dei and Apollo right here. Emergency call got casted, but
To no avail.
I'm not sure what happened. What?
Yeah.
It got casted,
Eh,
right? It got casted.
eh, well, at that
Eh, are my eyes fooling me right now?
even Jace, even if it's casted, that positioning is not gonna help them. I guess it just added to the death toll.
No, I mean Opus Dei right here. They casted that emergency call, but no one got teleported in. Or maybe it's a different Opus Dei guild. I don't know. I don't know.
Uh, Most wanted maybe.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, there is most wanted
Yeah,
members here.
this
So,
most wanted.
mm-hmm. But
Or
yeah.
maybe it was let's say a guild that holds their support characters. So that's also a possibility
Well, maybe.
for their buffers and the Soul Linkers or Soul Reapers, for
Mm-hmm.
that matter. No. Yeah. So back to square one, I guess, for the JPEG Alliance,
Mm-hmm.
because it was a nice attempt, but then again, at some point, the kind
Mm-hmm.
of damage taken is not going to be solved by just numbers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of the problems for JPEG right now is they're getting affected by that Mandragora howling a lot. So maybe they need those they need more of those priests, you know.
Yeah.
They need more of those support players to 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 remove those debuffs and make sure they're able to cast those skills properly. But again, maybe they have a different strategy in mind. Maybe they just have it there in their pool, but not using it at the moment because maybe they're you know they've decided to go for what they have currently, or maybe
Hmm.
they're just you know setting up the items for that character for now. But I think Archbishop is
They
one
have
of
a
those
priest.
classes that you can actually build up very easily.
Yeah, just put up some resistance.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
if you have 100% resistance, you buy
yeah, that's
these
good enough.
packs. You buy these packs. You have a few more items. You have cards that can give you more resistance and you know some items. You're good. You're good.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Just bring some SP potion and you're not going to have any more problems, I guess. But then again, who wants to play AB?
Well,
I'm just
well,
kidding, no?
well, we all know that. You know, personally, I don't want to play Archbishop sometimes. But I need to play Archbishop in a high stake situation, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing an Archbishop.
Yeah.
Unless I just wanna, take down some players with me or whatever. It really depends on what I wanna play. But
Yeah.
maybe that is what JPEG is doing. They don't care what other or what their guild or their players are going to play. Just play
Yeah.
what you want. Just enjoy. Maybe that's their call for this Golden Imperium season 3. Maybe they just didn't think about it that much. Just as long as they have, you know, classes that can play. Not sure.
It's a possibility,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just have to, or you have the urge to participate, but mm, use the character that you're most comfortable with.
Ooh.
Because rero- square circle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So choosing another class just for events is kind of, for some people, not viable, since uh their time spent in the game, they really want to enjoy the experience of playing the character that they develop. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but there are still people who would willingly enroll or choose a different character for just for the event. So again, different personalities, different perspectives. Also, if the guild wants you to play that character and that allows you to stay within the guild, you do so, no? Sometimes it's just it depends on the guild's principle in terms of allowing let's say members to participate, because there are guilds that are strict when it comes to the jobs or the classes that they allow to participate,
Mm-hmm.
because we've seen a lot more stricter guilds that force their members to basically play a different role regardless of interest. They just have to you know follow the commands, be objective about it, and don't really, let's say, feel bad doing so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or they just want to play. I mean, they just want to enjoy the Golden Emperium Season 3. But, I can't blame them. It really is an enjoyable event. You don't get a lot of PvP events in a year. So this is one of the few events that they could actually join in and participate for some rewards, or some rewards they could possibly get if they do
Mm-hmm.
well. And they spent time into building their character, like what you said, and they
Yeah,
just they just want to enjoy the event. But yeah, it depends on the player, depends on the
hmm
guild's perspective, principle. Depends on what they want to do, how they want to do it. Again, but for me personally, uh, I can play a different class. Just I don't know. I'm not meant to be an Archbishop player.
mm
I don't play with that kind of mindset. I mean, I
mm
can play it. I can play it, but you know, for me to enjoy really, maybe putting me in a different class. So you can put me in support class, but maybe a different class, na Archbishop. That's
hmm
just me saying I just don't want to play AB.
You've seen me play
unless
AB,
unless if it's a DPS
the DPS
Archbishop.
AB. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there are actually different builds for Archbishop right now, no? So one of the very, let's say, very interesting parts of renewal episode 17.1 is actually, yeah, we are actually allowed to play, let's say, Judex AB or Adoramus AB.
Mm-hmm.
Some would actually prefer the battle build. That's also a possibility because of the availability of equipment. But then again, that's the least favored build amongst the DPS setups.
Mm-hmm.
So again, right now the more popular build is actually the Adoramus one.
Mm-hmm.
So in large scale PvP like this one, and people wearing, or possibly them wearing, undead armor. So yeah, you can actually catch some people uh, wearing those elements and have deal the very decent damage against them, as
Mm-hmm.
long as they are not immune against the human damage. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, support is the most common for Archbishop classes, but yeah, well, I do think I could play an Archbishop, but oh yeah, okay, sure. I'll talk about it later after this attack is done. But yeah,
Just
JPEG is going to go in right now. Let's hold on to that thought, RKM game. Because I want to share something. There's something worse that I wouldn't play rather than the Archbishop.
just press louder, James.
Yeah, a class that is really not for me. But maybe this time around it will might try it out. But yeah, let's hold on to that thought for now as JPEG is going to go in along with Crayons right now. Opus Day and Apollo are still defending. Ignition Break will slowly go into the stack here of Crayons and JPEG. They are getting closer, but that Runite is, I think, got eliminated.
Is
No,
it
no, no.
manhole?
That Runite just used hide. I don't know. I need to turn off my effect just to see. But I couldn't see the character. Maybe he used that hide. Maybe he got caught in manhole. But yeah, that Runite is going to be dangerous. For the side of JPEG, I do think you need to stop that Runite from going in because again, that's one of those problems that it's hard to deal with, especially if you get, uh, you know, caught by that crystallization.
Yeah, another attack from JPEG. No,
Mm-hmm.
this is. Here's what I like about them, no? Relentless attacking. They just have to do it or stagger it with crayons, and let's see how the defenses can hold their lines. Because as what you mentioned, consumables really. This is a battle of consumables. So the moment JPEG can take advantage of the consumables, because they've been basically being sent back home. They have more, to say, the opportunity to resupply as compared to the people waiting
Mm-hmm.
inside the castle. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let's
And
see, let's see.
yep, magnetic Earth of JPEG got cancelled right here on the front. Now they are going to they need to spam that magnetic Earth for them to go in. Psychic Wave will get casted on the floor right here. Opus Day and Apollo still holding onto that defense. JPEG having a hard time going in. Ignorance, Mandragora Howling getting casted, but of course they have those Archbishops just on the side. Spam of Mandragora Howling coming from Apollo right here. And JPEG having a hard time in pushing in. Crayons members are not going to be present right now. Oh, hold on to that thought. No, there will be a Crayons member right here using that Mandragora Howling. But again, it's a numbers game. It's going to be
Yeah, yeah,
different if you are not able to take down a few members of the opposing side with down with you. And yeah, it's just going to be a difficult battle for JPEG right now. We
yeah,
still do have an hour and 4 minutes before this session ends. RKM King.
yeah. Even the Mandragora Howler was affected by Mandragora Howling. So
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of, inception in that case. No? And it
Mm-hmm.
was funny seeing that. But then again, supporting skills such as Mandragora Howling is really, playing their part in this war.
Mm-hmm.
So again, support classes may not be to your liking, James, but they are actually useful.
Okay, okay,
See,
okay. I'm okay with playing support classes. Okay, there's something worse. Okay, now that I think about it, there's something worse that I couldn't play. It was the pre-update before they got patched um performers.
performers.
Yeah, it was the before they got patched performers. It was the the floor,
The carpet,
the
the
carpet,
carpet build.
the carpet performances. That one, I don't know. I could just press it every few minutes. Just leave it. Make sure my potions are there. Because in the defense like this one, for example, if I'm playing for Opus Dei right now, I'm defending. I'm just gonna press it, and I'm not getting hit by any attacks whatsoever. I'm just gonna watch basically and move my character. I can even let go of the keyboard and just use my mouse. I could bind my mouse like Q1, the Q1, just the right click in
Yeah.
the F9. Oops.
Oh,
No. I just pressed the wrong button. I did die. I didn't die. I did die. All right.
okay, okay. So if that's the case, James, you just have to join the YouTube stream and participate in our raffle, no?
Well, I think the same goes for you, RKM. I'm pretty sure support classes are not for you. Well, you could play Archbishop. I've seen you play
So
Archbishop.
you've seen me play Archbishop, but
I've seen you play
with a
Archbishop
different mindset, no? With a
with
different mindset.
with in a different setting.
Yeah, in a different setting, in a different mindset. It's just that when you're an Archbishop, you control the lives of your teammates.
Uh-huh.
So
So
yeah,
if you decide nope, you are going to go down.
yeah, you're not worth it. You're not useful enough for me. So no reso for you, no heal, and all. So that's how I enjoyed playing Archbishop, just simply by playing God. So that's how I enjoy using a support character in a very offensive way.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
guys, if RKM King is going to join your party using the Archbishop, think again.
Yeah, think twice.
Think twice if you're going to let
Yeah.
RKM King do that. Oh, the
Yeah,
attack
even,
is now over. Ignition brakes are still incoming right here. As
there's someone strong enough. It's
Yep.
still there. No?
No, actually, JPEG kind of juked, Opus Day and Apollo into going the side of the portal, and the one JPEG member just went in. You set immigration break just to lessen the numbers here in the defending side. And yeah, I think that's what their call is. Just reduce the numbers of the defending guild, the defenders right here, and yeah, like what you said, relentless attacking coming from their side. Just consecutive attacking, just push, 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 eliminate players. If you die, just go back in again. Even if you're not complete, if you have a full party with you and they're in your party, you know, yeah, go in and attack. Basically,
I mentioned it in the past, no, that this castle really has, say, a short walk from the entrance to the preempt.
mm-hmm.
So that is something that they can actually, let's say, take advantage of. So that's what they've been doing and showing to us that they might not have the numbers, but they have the the eagerness, and that relentless attack kinda mimics, let's say, a more, or let's say, a higher number of players in that case, because
I thought you were going to say something cringy like they don't
no, no,
have
no,
the amount of players, but they do have the heart and soul.
they are
Keep on
basically
it.
mimicking a higher numbered army, no? So
Okay. I love
no
going.
no cringy things
Mm-hmm.
like that, no? They just have to jump right there.
Mm-hmm. Just jump in the battle.
uh, I just hope that they wait for the front lines, no, before they try to
Mm-hmm.
enter the portal, because at that point nobody saw them.
Mm-hmm. And
They-
while we are waiting for,
oh, somebody.
yep, I saw one go in. Where is that guy? Are they able? No, 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 no. They're also looking. They're searching for.
I saw someone.
Yeah, that was a quick, snap by that Sura.
Was
That
that
was
really a
what
Sura?
I believe that's a Sura. Okay, but I couldn't find that guy. Maybe he's hiding somewhere
That's an
else.
operation.
Uh huh. And yeah, JPEG going in. And they are ready for those attacks once again. Managora Howling, nope, will be able to cast Managora Howling, and both sides got affected. They need that Lauda to make sure that those debuffs are gone. Again, just spam of Managora Howling by both sides. I could play that class. I could play that class, a supportive role,
Uh, yeah, I like that character as well. No? You're not doing that much, but then you're really annoying. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Hey, you just simply throw some crazy vines, helpless band, or even cast FCP. And of course,
Mm,
your best skill is Mandragora Howling.
Managora Howling, hallucination drugs,
Yeah.
those skills, just keep on casting them. Basically, just keep on throwing it to their opponents, and you're all good and fine until you get taken down. And yeah, while
You just
we are also waiting for the members of JPEG to go back in for another attack, we still have 57 minutes remaining here in Golden Imperium Season 3, day number 4 here in ROGGH. Yep, while we are waiting for them, again, let me repeat the Golden Emperium Season 3 live stream giveaway. RKM.King, can you let the
yeah.
players know of the mechanics of our giveaway?
It is the fourth day of our live stream. Again, before I mention the rewards, or let's talk about the mechanics again. Just simply answer the question, write your IGN or in-game name, and of course, do not forget the hashtag Golden Imperium GGH. And of course, answer the question: what is the name of the guild that occupied the Silver Castle in Day 2 of the Golden Imperium Season 3? So
Mm-hmm.
again, for those who are in our YouTube stream, rather, so kindly write your answer with your IGN and of course hashtag Golden Imperium GGH for you to win one Desmat and of course a sticker. So we have three possible winners for this session, and of course the draw will be at the end of the event. and not the end of the stream. For our Facebook watchers, kindly transfer to our YouTube stream so that you can participate in our raffle draw. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
And again, all winners will be announced at the end of Golden Imperium Season 3. It will be announced on Facebook and Discord. So make sure to follow those pages because there will be additional mechanics for you to do, be able to claim your reward. Alright, but you need to just do the first hurdle. Basically,
Yeah,
do the first thing you need to do. Just join the giveaway. Join the giveaway first, and worry about the other stuff later.
the desk mats are great, guys. I have several of them.
Several. I think I need a new one as well. I can't think honestly.
Yeah,
I need a new one.
yeah. If you're with ROGH for the last 3 years, I guess you already have one, or have seen, or have been sent some ROGH merchandise. So hopefully, if you haven't received any and you haven't won anything, kindly participate. So that's how you win these prizes. So again, a lot of ROGH merchandise now, ranging from seat tumblers, desk mats. I even have a jacket. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can also have those, but not for this event.
How do you get that?
Just by participating in ROGH events now.
How do you get that? We don't know as well. So just keep on watching, keep on participating. Who knows? There might be a giveaway that will give out other stuff as well.
True,
But
true.
yeah, RKM King JPEG is ready for another attack right now. Magnetic Earth on the floor, Medical howling, getting casted by both sides. Ignition break. Someone is sleeping right now on the side of JPEG, but they are still going to push through with their attack. They are not yet done. Ignition breaks will go in. They have okay, Knight just going in. They
Okay.
were able to push in closer to the stack there of the front lines of Opus Dei and Apollo, but he will not last that long. Magnetic Earth here on the side of JPEG getting cancelled. The thing is, with that little of space that they can cast Magnetic Earth, it can easily get cancelled by Vines.
Yeah.
Can easily
This
get
genetics.
cancelled
Yeah.
by Earth Drive or any of those skills that can really cancel that Magnetic Earth.
I really like the resurgence of this genetics now. So even as supports, also the offensive build regarding the card cannon and all is actually viable right now. Or should I say very competitive, especially in the PvE setting, just because of the items that were introduced and available in the server.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something that, again, if you are a fan or you just simply enjoy the class, or the class, kindly try it.
So you are
It might.
saying RKM King, I should just push through with that card cannon build because I was planning the card tornado one.
I'm talking about card cannon, James.
I was planning the card tornado one. All right. I want
Yeah,
I want to be a guillotine cross wannabe. Oh,
yeah. With
I got eliminated really
okay,
quickly. That's 3-0. 3-0 for this Golden Imperium Season 3.
yeah. But then again, I was talking about card cannon and not
Mhm.
card tornado. Card cannon is competitive. Card tornado is
Meme.
fun or
But
in
well. Maybe it can work in some situations, but cart tornado is the superior option. But
yeah,
if
yeah.
you do want to build it cart tornado
Cannon.
build, if you do want to build a cart tornado build, I guess you could do so with the right items.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So it was
yeah,
cheap, no? At the very least, it is cheap to build a card tornado setup. And
especially the weapons. It is cheap
yeah,
actually.
especially the weapons. It's just that if you're going to refine it to plus 12, think about it first.
Well,
Because-
again, like what you said, RKM King, if you do love genetics and you have several genetics in your account, maybe you can have cart cannon build, cart tornado
yeah.
build, uh, a vendor. I don't- I don't know. Depends on what you want to have in your account, but JPEG is going to push through once again. Not sure if they're going to be able to be successful right now since they do have limited number of players just pushing in to this castle at the moment. We still have 50 minutes remaining here in this warfare session. Ooh, there is JPEG from
Yun.
behind. They were able to go in and push through from this direction.
Poker
And now
circle.
they are going to attack the back lines. But what happened? They are not moving. Nation breaks will go off. Gates of Hell. We get casted Curse Circle casted by Opus Dei. But they will back down as JPEG will be able to penetrate the back lines. That's what I'm saying, RKM.King. If they're able to do that, if they were able to do that in the first attack or the first few attempts that they did, they are going to be able to push out Opus Dei and Apollo. But
Yeah.
yeah, this time around they need to secure this PM first, and maybe they need to precast here in this area, the Emp room, just to make sure that nobody will go in from that direction, or they won't get pushed from this side. Flag warp is still a thing for Opus Dei. Apollo is still going to be there as well. And they are
Oh.
ready. I am pretty sure they used that emergency call. They noticed that what happened and they are going to repair their items right here. They have some uh specific characters to repair. Just to repair.
Yeah.
Repair
This is
characters.
this is going to be interesting, na James. The preempt, they have a workaround for it. They can find another portal to technically conquer the spot. But the Emperor is a different story.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if they have the say firepower and the consumables to survive the onslaught from these two guilds.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, for the Emp room, it has a different layout. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
you can't really you know uh, just precast here at the portal and say everything is fine. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
because you need to move in, you need to go to this side before you can cast. You need to go to this second area before you're
James.
able to do something. But they are going to stack up. Ooh, someone is not very nice. Bro, someone is muted right there. But JPEG and Crayons are going to push Opus Dei and Apollo out of this castle, and yeah, I hope this castle breaks so we can see a turnover and see JPEG on the defending side, and let's see if they can hold this castle for a long time. But
Yeah.
Opus Dei will
So
be seeing them on the attacking side if they or if JPEG is able to break
yeah,
this Imperium.
if they are fast enough, no.
Mm-hmm. Now, card revolutions going in. Ignition breaks will get casted. Apollo and Opus Dei are quickly back to defend this Imperium that they have right now. And ignition breaks will still get casted here by JPEG. Only two members remaining for JPEG right here. Are they going to go in? No. Are they able to take down this Imperium? But I don't think they will be able to break this. They only have one member left on the attack side. They are back for the battle, but I'm pretty sure the defenders are back for the defense as well. I think their call was to go preempt. No,
Just storm.
okay. So no
Just
one was
storm.
here. No one was here.
Yeah.
No one was here in the preempt. So just go to the emp room. Just storm in, basically.
Yeah.
But the Imperium's damage, Opus Dei might do the other thing that they did again, just break the Imperium because it's already damaged, just to reset the life of it. Um,
Let's see. Let's see.
yeah, let's see what they're planning to do. But we've seen JPEG be quick on be quick with their hands basically because they can quickly go in after they get taken down. But Opus Dei and Apollo is not falling behind. Ignition breaks. We get casted again. Preempt is slowly regaining their defenses. JPEG doesn't have the support characters for on their side to support this Rune Knight from pushing in. Psychic
Mhm.
Wave will get casted right here. Ignition breaks come from Opus Dei. This is most wanted rather. Most wanted.
They should not allow
Proud.
the OD Alliance to recover their defense because
Mm-hmm.
they worked really hard to bypass it uh, earlier. No,
Mm-hmm.
they just have to send more people to basically distract the defending
Mm-hmm.
players. Because again, I think the what's all this emergency call got committed by I guess all the guilds
Mm-hmm.
in that engagement. So it's a matter of willingness and haste
Mm-hmm.
in order to stop this defense to form. But then again, Apollo is right here supporting OD in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I do think that JPEG needs to do right now is to regroup properly. Because again, they're just storming in, they're just rushing in. They don't have a full party set. They're just going inside and getting themselves killed basically at this point. They do need to regroup to have a decent sized
Mm.
group of players attacking all together because they're just getting eliminated one by one as this Rune Knight is just going to take down members of JPEG right here. Ignition Break will that Ignition Break user will get taken down.
Mhm.
But taking down a lot of the members with him in the process, and the defenses are not yet set on the side of Opus Dei and Apollo right here. Apollo is going to defend the PM area. Some members of Opus Dei are here. Emp Room is getting attacked by Most Wanted. Did they break the alliance?
Mm.
You cannot.
Interesting.
Can you break the alliance? Okay, now it's getting conquered by crayons now. Silver Emp.
Yeah, because technically Gislev was captured earlier by a different guild.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, I'm not sure. What they did. Maybe that is a different guild altogether. No, but it's the same most wanted guild that they're using. Did they actually? Can they break the alliance mid War Imperium and just add them? I don't know.
they might have broken the alliance before the event, I guess.
But if they did, they are going to hit each other basically if they're not really allied with one another. Mm-hmm. And it got reconquered by Opus Dei right now.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened because there were most wanted players here earlier. Um, for sure they're gonna get hit by the skills of Opus Dei if they're not part of the alliance, right?
Yeah,
So
or well, possibly different. Most wanted. Yeah, that's a problem with
yeah,
the
because
naming.
they're using the same
Yeah.
emblem. They just have uh basically that dot because there is an Opus Dei without that square in the middle of the name. Square, that square
Yeah,
instead of a space basically.
yeah, it works well for them, but not for us as spectators. No?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, let it be, I guess, because we have no way to go figure out which guild is allied with in terms of the naming sense that they're using for
Mm-hmm.
their alternate guilds.
Mm-hmm. And
Because that's part
they
of
do have the same emblem also.
yeah, because that's part of their strategy as well. No?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at the
Yeah.
very least, they got us thinking.
Well, I'm not sure what they did. Um, I don't know, or maybe some members transferred to that guild. That is their maybe their third guild. Some members transferred to that just to conquer the castle or just to break it. Then
Hmm.
go back to the main guild. Depends, but their strategy worked basically for the defense. Now JPEG. Now this is going to be a full reset for JPEG, but if they're able to push this time, if they're able to push this time, if they're able to um do the same thing that they did when they
Mhm.
conquered the preempt and got to the emperor, and maybe save up their emergency call. I think this will be a good attack for them. But right now they have been regrouping really well here in the second portal. Defenses are all set once again. Magnetic are getting us on the floor. Now the strategy again for JPEG I think is to reduce the number of players here defending on the preempt area and just hold that flag warp and
Oh, they got affected by Mandragora howling
mm-hmm.
again.
And Manogoro howling, affecting both sides actually. Ignition break. There's no one to use Lauda on that. Actually, he's struggling.
There are
There's
two rune knights now.
there are two rune knights just struggling to. Okay, they're spamming Lauda actually in the back. But I don't know. Maybe they're not in the party. That's why they're not getting affected. But ignition breaks will go off here on the side of Crayons and JPEG just holding on. They still have that magnetic curve on the floor. Opus Day going in. Oh, some of them getting eliminated. There, we haven't seen the Rune Knight of Opus Day yet go in. Psychic Waves will go off here from the Sorcerer of Apollo and Opus Day and JPEG slowly creeping in here in this preempt area. Now they have that ignition break. Rune Knight going in, just targeting the front lines here, but will get eliminated because there is no support here on the side of JPEG. Now Curse Circle will land here on JPEG, but that Sura will get eliminated. Yes, JPEG will just try and survive and eliminate as much members as possible while regrouping at the back. Now RKM.King, if that ignition break Rune Knight from Opus Day goes into their stack, we know what would happen. Because that's what
Yeah.
happened for the previous attacks that JPEG did
Mhm.
for a lot of times already. Now, they need to stop that from happening. And right now, they're losing members and they are going to fall back as Opus Day and Apollo will lose some members as well. Now, um, Apollo and Opus Day need to defend these portals if they do want to defend the preempt area. I think they got complacent. They thought, oh, they we haven't seen attacks here in a long time because again, like what I said earlier, RKM.King, the players here were kind of lax.
Mm.
They were relaxed that maybe they're not going to push in from these sides. Just a few Dorams. They have a few members going in or rather defending those portals, but not a full stack like what we see here in the front.
Well, maybe the guy who we saw earlier, James, passed by, might have been what's all this, the one who used the equal for the earlier advances.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I am not sure where he went and why the people were not able to track him. But I think that was the trigger for the successful attempt earlier. It's just that the Referion's structure again, as what we mentioned, it's easier to walk straight to the Imperium. So even the defenders who were sent out were able to return and protect the Imperium from being taken over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of their problems as well. Because again, in Renewal, the DHP of the Imperium is always you won't be able to one shot the Imperium. You just have to work on it, like
Mm-hmm.
one damage per hit. So there's that as well. So it doesn't mean that you have the numbers. You can easily bring down the health of the Imperium.
Mm-hmm. Now, the problem here for JPEG is that the defenses again of the preempt is all set, and Opus Day and Apollo were able to reset this castle basically.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they resetted this castle with only one attempt of JPEG actually attacking that Imperium. Which is, I can say it's a good call just to, reset the HP to prevent JPEG from actually owning the castle and, having to attack a defended castle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right now, JPEG is going to attempt once again into eliminating the members here of Opus Day and Apollo at the PM area. Mandragora howling, Garicas ignition breaks will go off. And yeah, again, similar problem. they got affected by Mandragora howling a lot. The thing is,
Mhm.
even when you cast Lauda, if that ignition break was already casted before you get, before that, Mandragora howling gets cancelled, you will still push through with that casted ignition break. And Apollo and Opus Dei, actually both sides are just spamming Mandragora howling, as you can see here for members of Opus Dei. They're just spamming Mandragora howling on this side, and you cannot attack when you enter the portal. You cannot attack this unit. You need to move in here on this area before you actually attack the genetic casting Mandragora howling.
Actually, James, I checked, no? You cannot remove Mandragora Howling by using Lauda.
You can.
So, yeah, but that's one of the advantages of that skill. So, again, I double checked it. You just have to rely on your stats to resist
Mm-hmm.
that. So,
Oh,
one,
isn't it?
again, yeah, you cannot remove it by simply using Lauda.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I try to cross check it, and yeah, it seems that the problem lies with the stats of the players as well. So the resistance is basically about your vitality and your luck,
Mm-hmm.
and in that case, it's going to be, let's say, hard since your build is already set up, and if you're prone, uh,
Well, you need to balance your stats.
yeah,
You need
it
to
feels.
have max level for you to be able to resist more skills.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, well, you can opt not to resist Mandragora Howling, but instead favor the other option wherein you just have to remove
No cast.
technically your
The no
casting
cast,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So either way, you just have to balance your stats because spending too much stats on casting or yeah int index would actually ruin the potential of the ignition brick RK. But then again, if your setup is about just inflicting crystallization, then I guess it might be worth it, no? Because at the very least, one of your problems is actually solved. Uh,
Well, maybe
first,
RKM King with the right gears, maybe a defensive, just inflicting crystallization with the defense with no, you could say a defensive support Knight, but I can say it's really support because you're still dealing damage in the front lines.
yeah, you're still basically the same. It's just that uh the focus of your stats is not. Say it's going to be harder for you to reach 193 attack speed. It's going to be
Yeah,
harder
yeah.
for you to yeah to say deal or kill people. It's just but then again you have your crystallization with you,
Yeah,
so
and
that's basically
you're basically not the only player in your guild.
yeah
It's a team game after all.
yeah. So eliminate uh let's say the potential of being grift
Mm-hmm.
by some of the supportive say the debuffs from your opponent. So that's one way of playing it right now because as what this session have shown us, or for this season have shown us, both sides are actually utilizing Mandragora Howling, and it's very, very punishing uh, in terms of how these arcs are inflicted. Because you can basically see them struggling casting those skills. It's going to be like impossible for those arcades to be useful enough if their casting time is like one ignition brick every like 3 or 4 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna work. You're going to like consume your HP potions way too much just to, let's say, hopefully deal crystallization
Mm-hmm.
using your ignition break. So
Yeah.
that's something that they can consider. They still have time, I guess, by simply redistributing their stats. That's why we have the uh, pack number 4 for that, and
Mm-hmm.
also some of the the packages for reset.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and let's take a look at the packages after this attack from JPEG. So I saw some of the members of Apollo just quickly rushing in from behind. And I saw one Guillotine Cross versus Rune Knight, wherein that Rune Knight just cast Deathbound. And yep, basically, you know what happened.
Yeah.
Magdalene casted here by JPEG. They are slowly pushing in, but again, they need to stop those vines from removing that magnetic earth or making sure they still have that defense on the floor, as JPEG and Crayons and Constance are slowly going to push in right now. They need to go into the stack here of Opus Day and Apollo if they do want to deal that heavy damage to the backline of the defenders. So they don't have a Runite right now on their side that can quickly go in, and Opus Day are just solid on defense right now.
Yeah. So at this point, it's not about the individual strengths, but playing your role. So
Mm-hmm. Playing
yeah,
your role, RKM King, but you know I'm not. I'm not gonna play. Still,
uh, uh,
it's not for me. Okay, there are classes that are not made for you. All right, you can play it. Will you be effective? Yeah, but will you enjoy it? That's the question. But I think JPEG used that emergency call, and now they are getting for their next attack. Stick are all set and ready right now. They need to leave a few members behind for them to be able to make sure that no one will flank them from behind right here. Again, the Magnetic Earth, they were waiting for it. We get cast ignition breaks. We'll get casted here on the front. Magnetic Earth moving. They're actually doing the moving Magnetic Earth just to make sure that they are able to walk in and not get damaged heavily by the defenders, because they don't want to pass by the magic damage potential that Opus Dei and Apollo has. Again, they have a lot of defenders right now. They are precasting their skills, and yeah, just making sure that no one will be able to go closer to their stack.
it's going to be a lot more difficult this time around. No?
Mm-hmm.
Their magnetic kept on getting removed. So it's
Mm-hmm.
either crazy vines or
And the thing
uh,
is, they cannot recast it quick enough,
mhm,
and they are still going to get damage, because again, the Mandragora Howling, the spam of the Mandragora Howling, the dispels that are going off on the side of Opus Dei and Apollo is going to be hard to deal with.
mhm.
And JPEG just moving in closer right here. I saw one member of JPEG moving closer. Will they be able to use that emergency call now? I'm not sure.
So for season 3, I guess the public enemy number one would be the genetics, no?
Mm-hmm.
So they've shown their potential in annoying people in
Yeah.
season 2.
Well, the thing is, this spot is made for genetics. Again, you can target, you can affect players screen wide with your Mandragora Howling. And
Yeah.
this will the spot I'm standing right now, basically a lot of people are affected by the Mandragora
Yeah.
Howling.
It's not fun, no? It's really anti-fun in that sense, no? But then again, that's the advantage of the class. So no matter how much they want to call it an anti-fun,
Mm-hmm.
Strong is anti-fun as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is
And
what it is.
yeah, while JPEG and Crayons are regrouping right now, um, yeah, let me re-mention the Golden Emperium Season 3 live stream giveaway. Again, tuning to Golden Emperium Season 3 live stream here on YouTube. Listen for the question asked by the host, in which, in this case, for this stream, what is the name of the guild that occupied the Silver Castle in Day 2 of Golden Emperium Season 3? Again, what is the name of the guild that occupied the Silver Castle in Day 2 of Golden Imperium Season 3? Comment your answer along with your IGN and the hashtag Golden Imperium GGH. All winners will be announced at the end of Golden Imperium Season 3. It's not this live stream, but the end of the event itself. And 3 lucky participants per live stream will be randomly selected to win exclusive ROPC merchandise. For this stream, it's going to be one tumbler, one desmat, and one sticker each winner. I cannot move. Okay. All right. Again, another attempt by JPEG. Now, are they going for a different strategy? Are they going to push from behind? Are they going to do the flank? No, they are going to push from the front. JPEG just having that willpower to keep on doing what they are doing,
Yeah,
you know,
for 2 hours straight, no?
for 2 hours, for 1 hour and 34 minutes right now. and they've been pushing with this kind of strategy where they change it up. mm, when they were able to use that emergency call maybe from the side. But yeah, I gotta commend their willpower into just repeating this same strategy with having those minor changes to make sure to check what works. And Apollo and Opus Dei for defending this castle really well. Gotta commend the players for that. It's tough. It's tough to you know be on edge for
Yeah.
2 hours.
But they might be baiting, no? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe this attack is a precursor to what's gonna happen to the other portals as well
Mm-hmm.
later on. So let's see if they can surprise
Mm-hmm.
us. Because technically there's still a lot of time. Because in the previous session, they gave almost 15 minutes basically to take over the Silver Castle. So this time around, maybe it's almost day's turn to to relax and to
Mm-hmm.
say give like provide an opening to the JPEG's push.
Mm-hmm. Now, Apollo and Opus Dei are going to push out the members of JPEG and Crayons out. And earlier, we've seen that Doram just repeat the same tactic right here in this portal. Again, because they're Dorams, they can jump here in this spot, just
Mhm.
go in. But there are Skuras again that I mentioned earlier that are just targeting those Dorams. They're sitting here, they're targeting those Dorams that will enter from both sides to make sure no one will be able to flank them. And yeah, it's a good strategy for Opus Dei and Apollo. The thing
Oh,
is,
someone was
the
able to get in, James.
defending this long will uh, be make it harder for the defending side because you will run out of supplies eventually with the amount of
Sure.
attacks that JPEG is doing. Oh, that spam of soul destroyers right here. Okay, now what do you think JPEG is going to do this time around, RKM King?
I think they're going to try to send the same person who gave them an opening earlier. I think they actually tried right now. So someone was able to pass through the defenses.
Mhm.
But I don't know if they were able to catch him. So if in case they can repeat what they did earlier at the proper timing, this Golden Emperium is going to be uh, say challenged.
Mhm.
Hopefully, they show us a different result at the end.
Mhm.
So yeah, they have like decent and yeah, well, they have that attempt wherein they captured the Imperium. But then again, the challenge of breaking it is different as compared to how they
Well,
bypass the defenses.
yeah, I mean it's hard for JPEG to save their emergency call for that defense in the Empire, or
Mm.
rather that attack on the Imperium. Because again, in order for you to stop Opus Dei and Apollo from regrouping, you need to stop their emergency call as well. So
Mhm.
if you stop their emergency call from getting casted on maybe the Emperor or maybe here in the preempt, you will be able to take down this Imperium because they will take some time. It will take some time for them to regroup. Yeah, I mean for JPEG, uh, it's going to be a hard attempt. 20 minutes before this War of Imperium Season 3 Day 4 session ends. And they have room for about 3 more emergency calls, Arcane King. 3 or 4 more.
Okay, let's see if they are going to use it for
Mm-hmm.
regroup.
Oops. Mm-hmm. And right now, Crayons, JPEG, having a hard time into pushing in. They're having a hard time into pushing into this spot basically because of the front lines of Apollo and Opus Dei, just making sure that they are able to cast those skills, remove that magnetic earth, and yeah, like what the front line should do, tank some damage that they or the opposing guild is going to be dealing. But again, this might be a strategy that JPEG has in mind for them to be able to, push one member closer and use that emergency call. Maybe in the emp room, maybe on the sides. So yeah.
With the front
Uh
line of OD actually consists of different classes. They have like genetic plus Sork plus what's all this SC and the
mhm,
RK. So it's a mixed bag in terms of damage and debuffs. So it's really going to be hard for JPEG to push forward. We're in well, basically they're relying on their tankiness, I guess, from their Rune Knights and their Suras. So I think the composition really matters in these kinds of events because having multiple options for masquerades coming from different stalkers or should I say shadow chasers and dispel spamming, skill spamming sorcerers are actually going to play, say, well, it's going to make your life a lot harder. They've been spamming vacuum extreme
mhm,
from start to finish, no? So it's not going to be an easy approach for the front lines of a JPEG.
mhm. Now, Manugora Howling just to just use that skill basically and then go out. Crayons also we use that Manticore Howling. I think they're testing where the limits of the attacks of Apollo lies basically. But Bloody Lust will get cast on the floor right here in the portal. Now, with that Bloody Lust on the floor, again they won't be able to cast anything because their SP will be zero. So they need to wait for that Bloodlust to be removed, or maybe just push in with a sorcerer first and cast that magnetic earth really quickly. So it depends really on the strategy of JPEG right now on how they plan to push with their attack. But yeah, currently on the side of Opus Dei and Apollo, they are looking really good as they were able to reset this castle earlier because they were in shambles when JPEG was able to occupy the preempt. The Emp room wasn't well defended as much as the Emp area, or rather the pre-Emp area. So
Yeah,
they were scattered, but they were able to defend the Imperium really well. Now JPEG is going to push through with another attack right here. Again, they still have their defenses on the side portals. You can see those members of Opus Dei and Apollo just guarding those sides to make sure no one will go in for that flank as the front lines of Opus Dei and Apollo are going to hold JPEG here in this spot. Now, what does JPEG need to do? In my opinion, they need to push through with some of their characters because, from what I can see, no one is pre-casting skills here on the front lines. So maybe having a Shadow Chaser go in and use Bloody Lust will be a good thing for them. Um, but yeah, to cancel out maybe some of the firepower that Opus Dei and Apollo is dealing. Having better reduction gears, maybe changing up what you're bringing and what you have. Just having crayons with a different e-color on the side. But again, the defense is not a joke for Opus Dei and Apollo as they are defending this castle really well.
yeah. Basically, they've practiced this defense for quite some time. So for the past few sessions, as the attacks repeat, the defense kind of knew what to
Mhm.
do.
Well, honestly, RKM.King, when this castle was announced, basically this the castles were announced um Monday, and on
Mhm.
that Tuesday of the same week, it's the Wharf Imperium before the start of the Golden Imperium session. They were able to occupy this castle already, so they had time to study the layout. They have time to regroup and make sure they set up their defenses right correctly and just overall see the structure of the map. day one was hard for them as JPEG knew what to do with the side portals. But when JPEG showed their cards early, basically, you know, it became really hard for JPEG to do something. And again, the lack of manpower on the side of JPEG compared to Opus Day and Apollo in day 3 was a factor. But right now, it looks like it's, you know, JPEG is able to push in
Oh,
better this day 4. And yeah, like what I said, side portals is going to be a thing. Um, not using the emergency call, but using that. I forgot what that is. But JPEG is going to be able to attack from the sides and yeah, in the last 15 minutes of the session. But yeah, I'm guessing Ops Day and Apollo is ready for that emergency call and they are going to fall back here at the amp room. But
yeah.
they need to make sure that JPEG doesn't regroup quickly or better than them. And
Yeah,
their
they have.
defense didn't falter actually. Even when
Mhm.
they got pushed from the sides, it wasn't enough to actually eliminate the defenders right here. So maybe a reset on the side of JPEG, or maybe if they pushed with the front lines,
Yeah. The
I guess
timing
it would
was
be
off.
different. Yeah.
They were able to. Oh, was that equal? Was that really JPEG or another JPEG guild for that matter?
Well,
Because
with the same emblem, right? Like what Ops they do is
yeah,
doing.
was that something that I guess will be harder to repeat
Mm-hmm.
if it was the real JPEG. But again, that could have been another alt guild for their Dorams to to cast their emergency calls.
Mm-hmm. Well, they still have more attempts. JPEG has more attempts here to attack this Referring Castle, this Golden Castle here in Golden Imperium Season 3.
But it
But,
looks like James,
mhm.
but it looks like the OD Alliance has their own what you call this counter to that as well. So the
Mhm.
moment they got bypassed, people simply moved back towards the Emp room. So
Yep,
trying to regroup or save themselves from using their own emergency call.
yep. But basically, the e-colors of Opus and Apollo just pushed back, or rather, went to the Emp room immediately. Not
Yeah,
attempting to eliminate the ones who are attacking, but fall back to the Emp room and wait if the defenses will get eliminated here in the preem.
yeah. Contingency plans for different kinds of attacks, I guess. Or
Mm-hmm.
the OD Alliance have already prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if the timing for like the remaining 12 minutes would go JPEG's way.
Yep. Again,
Yep.
defenses are not a joke. While we are waiting for JPEG to actually regroup and go in for that next attack, I do want to mention that again we have some Golden Imperium Season 3 packages that are up for grabs right now. With with Pack 3 and Pack 4 having unique items like the number 2 shoes in Pack 3, and Pack 4 has the number 2 hat, which can greatly help you out in PvP events or War of Imperium situations or Golden Imperium situations such as this one. Pack 1 has consumables that can help you in resisting.
Hmm.
And Pack 2 has that Genzu Bean and more consumables as well. I do want to mention that Pack 3 has the Young Vine Fruits
Hmm.
and premium lubricant for
The card.
discarding Genzu Bean boxes as well. Same with Pack 4, a little bit of the Young Vine Fruits. But what's unique about Pack 4, again, it has Reset Skill Stick, Reset Stone, 13 Young Vine Fruit, Genzu Bean box, and biscuits, and the number 2 hat. The KP spent if you're gonna buy those items individually without the number 2 hat is already equivalent to the purchase amount of that pack. So basically, you're like getting that number two hat for free if you purchase pack four.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, those packs are tradable, no? So you just want to sell them as it is. Make sure not to open the pack because the gears are actually NFS or not for sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the attack of JPEG right now, Crazy Vines, Managoro Howling coming from both sides. The Opus Day, you can see that a lot of Managoro Howlings getting casted from the side of Opus Day right here. And the casting time is really noticeable on the side of JPEG as they are attacking and they are really grouped up. But the front lines of Opus Day right now um, is not present, or some of the members are not present for the front lines of Opus Day and Apollo, as JPEG is going to try and push in closer, and we are seeing a bit of
Frame drops.
frame drops right here, but JPEG is still holding on, pushing through. Ignition brakes will go off here. Howling will go off again. And some of the members of Opus Dei and Apollo are just chilling from behind, just spamming those kill safety walls. Uh, you know, uh, Arrow showers coming from that ranger from behind. And as soon as the Rune Knights of Opus Dei and Apollo penetrate the stack of JPEG and Crayons and Constance right here, uh, basically it it becomes a quick elimination for the defending side.
Mhm.
Mhm. So they've been repeating that tactic for quite a while now. We've seen it for since day one, basically. But right now, the attack is not yet done. The attack is not yet done. I was going to go out and check, but the attack is not yet done as the JPEG is still going to push through, even with the few members that they have currently. Now, just the
Yeah,
continuous attacks. Again, I gotta commend JPEG for that. Just pushing and pushing, even when you don't have the player advantage currently.
yeah. You don't have to wait for emergency call to attack, no. Just come back.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk. S- uh, Use that guyak, no? Use that cart boost.
Yep.
Get back to your positions.
Yeah, and I think now is the best time to use that guyak actually. Well, War of Imperium is really a time that you should use the consumables that you have.
Yeah.
Guyaks can be stacked up basically because they're offered in some eggs basically as a free consumable item.
A very
So,
common item for events as well, James.
very common item for defense. So yeah, you can just stack it up and use them in Golden Imperium or War of Imperium situations. You could also stack up some consumables. Maybe have some spare Genzubin boxes there. Some um, fish slices, some Yggdrasil berries. Maybe it's your time to use them. Some seeds, Yggdrasil seeds.
Yeah, your Kafra cards, no?
Yeah, of course, Kafra card. Again, for if you're defending, if you don't and you don't have a Kafra card, you'll run out of potions really quickly.
Yeah.
Repairing is a different case, but as what I've seen from Opus Dei and Apollo, they have a
Yeah.
dedicated repairman there in the
Yeah.
back line
So mechanics are not dead yet. They still have a role to play in this war.
to repair. But I don't
But at the
know.
very least, they're
Maybe we'll see some of them. Well, they had their limelight already. Okay, they had their time. Suicidal destruction was a thing,
Mhm.
but now it's hard to pull it off. But who knows? We might see a comeback for suicidal destruction.
Yeah,
But
either arms cannon.
as we talk about suicidal destruction, guys, there's only 5 minutes remaining here in this Golden Imperium Season 3 Day 4 session. Who do you think is going to be able to conquer this Golden Castle and the Silver Castle? Will it remain on Opus Day's hands and we will see a heist next session? Or will JPEG be able to use a different tactic and break this Imperium and give the viewers and players a comeback situation and deny Opus Dei of their wards. Right.
In the
So,
Silver Castle, actually, might get denied. No?
well, if they break this castle, if they break the Golden Castle, Opus Dei is already denied of the rewards, basically. Even if they capture it on the fifth session, sorry, the rewards of this castle is already denied on the side of Opus Dei. So day 4 and day 5 is really crucial for the defending side of the Golden Emperium, especially if you already conquered this castle for 3 consecutive sessions. And yeah, I mean, quite a difficult battle for both sides right now. RKM.King as ignition breaks will get spammed here. And will we see members? Okay, so we see a Doram right now on the side. Ooh, will get eliminated here by Apollo and Opus Dei. We see more Dorams just jumping into the battle. Just jump into the battle. You know? As a Doram, that's your role. Just jump into the battle as JPEG
Yeah,
is pushing closer. They have one member here, but will get caught by that curse circle, or was that a manhole?
I was trying to spot some stragglers trying to get in the portal. So yeah, so it's really hard to attack this entrance
Mm-hmm.
without some more distractions because the Dorams are not cutting it now. So they've been getting caught left and right
Mm-hmm.
by the scouts of OD.
Well, I do think for a class, Doram is a little bit harder to build than the human classes.
Well, also
Uh,
they are playing at a disadvantage teams because their max level is at 175 only.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Yeah,
well, compared to how it was in season 2, when
yeah, yeah.
everyone's level was 175 only, they had more firepower back then. But there are items that can make you a very overpowered Dora, but it's very limited. You don't see it every day, or you might not see it at all, basically. Now there
So let's see if
is
they have one more attempt left. Because
now.
you have 2 minutes left to try and take over this castle.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, so JPEG's going to try and capture the Silver Castle. I guess they want to, fight it out for the remaining sessions.
mm-hmm,
Because if JPEG can take the Silver Castle, they still have the opportunity to receive the rewards for the remainder of the event period. No,
mm-hmm.
so we still have some 40, so 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that is within the limit still. So let's see if they're going to secure that or try to conquer the Golden Emperium.
Well,
But then again, I don't think so. No.
with I don't think they will be able to conquer this Golden
Yeah,
Emperium
yeah,
since they already went to a different castle, and they are going to still enjoy the remaining
yeah.
minutes of this Golden Imperium session here in Referion. But
Y-
again, with them conquering the Silver Castle, they still have the chance to uh, gain the rewards of this castle. Basically, if they manage to defend this until the 8th session of Golden Imperium Season 3. But as you can see, some members of Opus Dei and Apollo are just going to lurk here in these castles. But
Mhm.
JPEG is going to be defending this castle for them to be able to gain something out of
Yeah.
what happened today. Maybe they
I
will. Maybe they will, you know, try harder in the next session. Again, that
yeah,
will
this
be since Heist is going to be active, basically on
the fifth
the
session.
fifth
No?
session of Golden Imperium, and that will be on Saturday. But yeah,
Mhm.
a very good defense on the side of Opus Dei and
Mhm.
Apollo, and JPEG is not losing out at all since they have the Silver Imperium in their hands right now. But when the fifth session ends, will they still be able to defend this castle?
Yeah, that's
Because
the
again,
number one
mhm,
question.
Opus Dei is most likely going to be trying to deny the rewards of this castle as well. And
Yeah,
yeah,
also, yeah, I think we're done for
mhm,
today.
yeah, good game, well played. I'm gonna open up our cameras and you'll see us once again. All
Hello.
right, and good game, well played for all players
Yeah, yeah.
tonight. It was a fun match or fun matchup between these two alliances again. JPEG, um, Crayons and Constance versus Opus Dei, Apollo, and
Apollo,
Most
most
Wanted.
wanted.
Uh huh. Basically, but yeah, it was a fun matchup to see.
Yeah, yeah.
There were some close calls for the defending side, Apollo, Opus Dei, and
Mm-hmm.
Most Wanted. JPEG almost break that Imperium, but again, they were
Mm-hmm.
prepared to break that castle, to reset the life, to reset the castle, to push out each or to every lurking member in that castle and go back for the defense. But in order for them to pull that off, they need to be using those comms effectively. They need to
Yeah.
communicate with their alliance, their guild, and everything that is involved with the event.
Yeah, we also saw like most wanted not being part of the alliance
Mm-hmm.
for them to break the Imperium to reset it.
Actually, that one I'm not sure because they're not getting affected by the skills that maybe it's a different most wanted
Mm.
guild, maybe it's the
Yeah.
same. Maybe they're able to break an alliance during War from Imperium session. I'm not sure. Who
Yeah.
knows? It's a mystery for us now. We'll find out more maybe I don't know in the next session or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, because it was a good session honestly overall.
Also for JPEG side, they were able to take over the Silver Castle, and also, uh, they did not like show their intent because they kept on showing up in this castle. So unlike what they did in the third session, wherein they stopped attacking as early as 15 minutes before the end of the session,
Mm-hmm.
wherein basically they gave an opening for the OD Alliance to take over the Silver Castle by simply stopping their assault on the Golden Castle. But this time around, I think they learned their lesson, and they did not stop attacking the castle even though they were trying to secure the Silver Castle. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they can find, let's say, some success in securing the rewards for the Silver Castle for the next few sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this is the hardest period for the Silver Castle because the defense is staggered. So the Golden Empire will finish first before the Silver Castle
Mm-hmm.
can generate the number of defenses required to receive the rewards for the Silver Imperium
Mm-hmm.
Castle. So let's see for the
Mm-hmm.
next sessions if
Yep.
they can still protect themselves from the onslaught of the OD Alliance.
Yeah, but again, this is going to be, or the next session will be the fifth session that Opus Dei will be defending
Mm-hmm.
the Golden Castle, and now the heist mechanic will be active in this castle. So whoever takes this castle, whoever guild that takes this castle, won't be able to gain the Golden Imperium rewards, but will get the highest reward, which is 1,500.
SGD.
Yeah, CD basically. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and a few reminders before we wrap up for tonight. Again, the Golden Imperium Season 3 live stream giveaway. Um, all you need to do is to answer the question, what is the name of the guild that occupied the Silver Castle in day 2 of Golden Imperium Season 3?
Mm-hmm.
Again, what
Season 3.
is the name of the guild that occupied the Silver Castle in day 2 of Golden Imperium Season 3?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Comment your answer along with your IGN and the hashtag Golden Imperium GGH.
GG.
And all winners will be announced at the end of Golden Imperium Season 3. So if it ends on the next session, the giveaway will end there. If it ends on the sixth session, then the giveaway will end on the sixth session. Anyway,
Yeah.
the winners for tonight's live stream will win one Desmat and one sticker each. So make sure to join in if you played and you joined you were playing in the Golden Imperium, you can join in on the giveaway as well. For those of you guys on Facebook, only the comments on YouTube will be counted, and yeah, mostly the comments on YouTube will be seen. For those of you guys on Facebook, I suggest you head on over to YouTube and tune in
Mm.
there. All right. And one more thing, the Golden Empire Season 3 packs is going to be available until 11:59 p.m. today. This is only available on Golden Emperium Season 3 War of Imperium 1 days. So make sure to check it out. Purchase if you haven't done so, consumables and other items. Maybe it's your time to shine. Maybe, the fifth session is going to be the time wherein you bring it, you give it your all, basically. Because we're not sure if you might see these items in the packs again. So, now's the best time for you to purchase them.
Yeah.
Yeah, RKM.King, anything you want to say to our viewers before we wrap up? Alright.
Well, one thing about the packs, no, even if you don't have a use for it right now, you can basically buy them just to prepare for the future. Because again, the packs contain a lot of reset stones, even young vines for those who are trying to do episode 17.1 quest. You can basically skip episode 16 by using those young vines from the packs. Again, they are, let's say, very efficient in terms of, or should I say, very cost effective. So in case you want to purchase young vines, just basically purchase the ones the with pack number 3. So that's going to
Alright.
be a lot more cost effective. You'll receive shoes or NFS number 2 shoes.
Yes, and okay, one more reminder actually. Kung Fu Panda packages are going to be up for grabs until, or the last day
Mm.
will be tomorrow, and the Kung Fu Panda event is only until tomorrow as well. It will end on maintenance. Basically, it will be removed on the maintenance on Thursday. So yeah, make sure to check them out. Purchase if you haven't done so. And it has a certified S grade scroll.
Uh,
Basically,
Guaranteed S grade item.
guaranteed S grade item if you purchase a pack and use the scroll included. Anyway, with that
Yeah.
said, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. This is Golden Imperium Season 3, day number 4. Day 5 is going to be something else, and that will be on Saturday, which is uh,
Mm.
June 7. It's going to be a holiday for some people, but it's not going to be a holiday for us. We're going to watch the battle. We're going to watch the battle and check out what's going on. And, the battle is still ongoing. It's going to be a great day for everyone. Yeah, it's been a great night. Hopefully, you all had a wonderful night as well. We are your casters. This is James.
This is RKM.King.
And we'll see you guys again on Saturday. Bye,
Good night.
guys.
Good night.
Good night.